Section 12.3 is measures of central tendency. An average is a number that is representative of a group of data. There are at least 4 different averages: the mean, median, mode, and the mid-range. Each is calculated differently and may yield different results for the same set of data. Each will result in a number that is near the center of the data, and for this reason, averages are commonly referred to as measures of central tendency. The mean, which is also referred to as X bar, is the sum of the data divided by the number of pieces of data. So the formula for calculating that, they use the Greek letter sigma. Sigma means to add up all the data points, and then divide by n, where n is the number of points that was in your data, and then they set this equal to the mean, which they call X bar. I personally don't care if you use that notation, but that is the notation the book is going to use. So if you see that, they are trying to show you the average. So let's look at an example. Determine the mean age of a group of firefighters if the ages of the individual are 30, 21, 51, 37, and 51. So if you follow the formula tells you that you should, The formula tells you that to figure out the average, you need to add all the values together and divide it by the number of values that you see. So we're going to have to take 30 plus 21 plus 51 plus 37 plus 51. And there are 5 points that were in this data, so that is why we are dividing by 5. So make sure you add the numerator together first. When you add those together, you'll get 190, and then divide that by 5. The average age of a group of firefighters is 38 years old. The median is the value that is in the middle of the data, and it has to be ranked data. So you need to make sure that you put your data in order from smallest to largest before finding the median. So let's look at the same data that we just used, and let's determine the median age of the firefighters. This was example 1 in case you don't remember. So to find the median, I am going to first put the numbers in order from smallest to largest. The smallest is 21, then 30, then 37, and 51, 51. So your median is the number that's dead center. So the median age of the firefighters is 37. Let's look at a couple more examples just because sometimes the median can get a little tricky. So let's look at this first example. You have 9, 14, 16, 17, 11, 16, 11, 12. And I want to know the median of that. So again, first thing we need to do is put it in order from smallest to largest. 9 is the smallest, followed by 11, followed by 12, and then 14, and then 16, and 16, and 17. So the median is going to be the number that's dead center, and I usually work my way from the ends, just counting in until I can find the one that's in the middle. And if you notice, there is an even number of data points in this problem, so to find your median, you need to add the middle numbers together and divide by 2. So 12 plus 14 is 26, and 26 divided by 2 is 13. So your median in this problem is 13. Let's try it again on the bottom. We have these numbers already are in order. So if we start working our way in, notice that again we have an even number. And if you add 8 plus 8, you get 16. And then divide that by 2, the median is 8. The mode is the piece of data that occurs the most frequently. So if we look at our example 1 again with our age of our firefighters, there's only one item that is repeated, and that is the number 51. So if I asked you for the mode, you would say 51. The mid-range is the value halfway between the lowest and the highest values in a set of data. So if we look at our example of our firefighters again, and I want to find the mid-range, I need to take the lowest firefighter age that I see, which is 21, plus the highest firefighter age, which is 51, add them together and divide it by 2. So I'll have 72 divided by 2, which would give me 36. Another way you can talk about numbers is by measuring their position. Measures of position are used to make comparisons. And the two measures of position we're going to talk about today are percentiles and quartiles. Percentiles, there's going to be 99 percentiles that divide you into 100 equal parts. So when someone tells you that you're in the 90th percentile, that means that you outperformed about 90% of the population and that 10% of the population performed better than you. Quartiles are going to divide the data into 4 equal parts. The first quartile accounts for the first quarter of the population. What I like to do is I like to find the median first, which this is actually quartile 2, and then you find the median of the first half of data, which is quartile 1, and the median of the second half of the data, which is quartile 3. So in quartile 1, you should have a quarter of your data. Between the beginning and quartile 2, you should have half of your data. And between the beginning and quartile 3, you should have 3/4 of your data. So again, to find the quartiles, first thing you want to do is order the data from the smallest to the largest. You want to find the median first, which is your second quartile. Then you find the median of the first half of data, which is your first quartile, and the median of the second half of the data, which is your third quartile. We're going to practice this on the following example. Electronics World is concerned about the high turnover of its sales staff. A survey was done to determine how long in months the sales staff had been in their current positions. The responses of 27 sales staff follow. Determine quartiles 1, 2, and 3. So let's look at the data on the next page. Okay, so first thing we need to do in this situation is we need to get our data organized from the smallest to the largest. Okay, so I see 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21, 23, 24, 25, 27, 31, 36, 39, 42. Okay, so let's see how many data points we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 27 data points. So halfway between 27 is going to be 13 on the left and 13 on the right. So let's count 13 from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. We need to go one more, and that should be our median. Let's make sure there's 13 on the right of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, good. There's 13 on each side. So your second quartile, your quartile 2, is the number 17. Now you need to take the first half of data, the 2 through 16, and you need to find its median. Well, we said that there was 13 data points, so we need to go halfway there, which would be spot between 6 and 7. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 9 cuts your first half of the numbers in half. So that's your quartile 1. Then you'll need to do the same thing between 18 and 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the quartile 3 will be your 25. And so now you have your data segmented in quarters.